Hop onto the shuttle bus this week as we discuss Coco Moon Deluxe before its release. We are your hosts, Faith and Saf. Welcome to Shuttle Bus Podcast. Welcome to Shuttle Bus this week as we talk about Coco Moon Deluxe before its release. You're here with your hosts, Faith and Saf. Saf, say hello.
Hi, Faith. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty well. Glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad to be here too. It's great.
Aw.
So we're talking about Coco Moon Deluxe before its release. What you will take this off? Let me try this again. What is your first point on this? I don't know where I was going with that. What is your first point on this discussion?
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, car trouble. Okay?
I love
Let's start out with a bang. Alright, so I'll admit, I listened to Car Trouble way later than most people did. And the reason is because I got busy. So I didn't ever get a chance to listen to the early release. Um, But I wanna talk about the feelings I had when I listened to this at about 1 a.m. in my bedroom with a low light and earphones. Um, Honestly, the best thing was it was just immediate peace, excitement, and ecstasy, um,
Ooh.
which was really, really cool, and I loved it so much. I also realized about 2 days later, I'm wondering if this is a love song about toast, Faith?
Yes. That's all I have to answer with it is yes.
I mean, I just thought about it. And the amount of times he says, "This is like, I wanna come home to my slice of heaven on toast." My question was, is he talking about avocado toast or mayonnaise toast? His homemade mayonnaise toast or something like that? I'm not really sure. Um
100% his homemade mayonnaise toast.
Oh,
100%.
yeah. Um, I'm kind of excited that it's a callback to Floppy Fish. I love the idea of reprising an older song. So, I think he did really well by hyping up the fandom with that, and also, I you kinda brought this up with Early Birdie in our last podcast, but it has a bunch of layering. Um, I really like that it sounds like Ultraviolet and Cinematic and Ocean Eyes and Coco Moon, and Maybe I'm Dreaming all in one album. It's kinda cool.
The fact that he managed that was amazing.
I know. Like, that's just the layers and the atmosphere is so awesome. It paints such a great story. I don't
It
know. Maybe it's the same universe as Field Notes.
Ooh, Field Notes is good. Yes. I'm trying not to create dead space, but I also don't wanna, jump in where I'm not supposed to jump in.
I'm
It also
sorry.
feels like I'm not listening to you by not responding, but I also don't want to, interrupt.
No. I went in kind of a chunk. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Well,
You can
it's
continue
only our
on now,
first. Oh, so we're switching points now.
I suppose.
Okay. Hey, it's only our second podcast. We'll figure out the flow eventually.
We got this, we got this.
Dead space can be edited out, right?
Yeah,
It
I
always
can
can
edit
be
this
trimmed.
out. Yeah, definitely.
See, I feel like you definitely had some good points on Car Trouble because I feel like I'll get into my point here in a minute, but I feel like Car Trouble is going to be the star of the show for Coco Moon Deluxe.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I like that you opened up your thoughts with Car Trouble. I think that was a good point to make. My first point is kind of about Coco Moon Deluxe as a whole and my thoughts before it comes out. So I follow Rainy Starlight on Instagram. I recommend that you also follow her on Instagram. Not you, Seth. I know you do, but the people who are listening who may not, um, because I enjoy her stuff a lot. Um, but like I love listening to her commentary in her
Mhm.
Instagram stories on like all things Owl City, and I've been really following along as she's been discussing Coco Moon and specifically Coco Moon Deluxe lately. And she has made the speculation that Coco Moon Deluxe is impromptu, and I agree.
Oh.
Um, she has said that give me a minute. She has said that she believes that it wasn't supposed to happen, that Adam and his team were, kind of listening to what the fans wanted, and were kind of riding off the coattails of Coco Moon and seeing how well Coco Moon did, and wanted to kind of keep that momentum going. And so, voila, now Coco Moon Deluxe exists.
Huh.
Um, yes, but leading into that, um, I feel like since it was impromptu, it feels to me like it was just kind of slapped together because it was impromptu. To me,
Mm.
Coco Moon Deluxe feels ever so slightly lazy because what it doesn't feel like we're getting much to it. And not just the fact that it's shorter, but all what we're getting is a cover, we have a new song, a remix from Coco Moon, a live song from Coco Moon, and two instrumentals from Coco Moon.
Right.
And as I said, understanding that if this is indeed an impromptu album release, that yes, obviously they wouldn't have had much time to just plan it out and make something bigger. But to me, it kind of felt lazy. Now this is not to say that I'm not excited for Coco Moon Deluxe. I am
Right.
100% excited for it. I love the songs that he chose for the instrumentals. Those are like absolutely. I think those are the best choices for instrumentals. I'm excited to hear Adam Check Please as a remix. I
Mhm.
love Under the Circus Lights, so I'm glad we get to hear that live. And the cover he chose was amazing, and the new song was exciting that we were gonna get a new song called Car Trouble, which you've discussed
Woohoo.
briefly. Um but so this kind of leads me into my next point about Car Trouble and leading into the idea of Coco Moon Deluxe being lazy. When we so I was excited, extremely excited for Car Trouble to come out because out of everything, it was the only new song we were going to get. And so I was like, "Oh, yay, we get something new. This is exciting." And then when I found out that Car Trouble was just going to be Floppy Fish, I was extremely disappointed. I was probably the only fan in the fan base that was upset that we were getting Floppy Fish, honestly. Everybody else was like celebrating, like, seriously, it's just floppy fish? And everybody else was so excited. Now, to be fair, it's not that I wasn't excited for floppy fish. One, I don't think I liked the floppy fish bit that we had before, but I feel like because I wasn't in the fan base, I don't even remember when floppy fish came out, to be honest. I don't know if it came out after I joined the started listening. But I didn't have the same excitement as everybody was because I wasn't there when it was released, you know?
Right.
When Floppy first came out, I was like, "Cool, it's a cool little bit that we have. It's cool that we're gonna get a full version." But I don't think I got the same hype as everybody else did. Um, but also, mainly I was upset because our one new song on Coco Moon Deluxe wasn't actually going to be new. It was just gonna be Floppy Fish. Um, but the more I thought about it, it's like, yes, even though it is floppy fish, something that we've already heard, it's still new because the floppy fish bit we got was so short that it's not even a full song. It's like a demo
Mhm.
clip. And so we actually were getting a new song. We just happened to hear the demo a long time ago. And to be honest, floppy fish and car trouble, although similar in some parts of floppy fish, were reused for car trouble.
Mhm.
Floppy fish and car trouble are completely different things at this point. Like we have Floppy Fish, which was the demo, and we have Car Triple, which is the song. But at first, I will say I was a little bit upset. I was probably the only fan who was upset. It confirmed my thoughts of Coco Moon Deluxe being lazy in my mind. I was like, "We're getting nothing new, Adam. What the heck? I want something new, and it's just floppy fish." But I'm chill about it now. Card Triple's cool. Floppy fish is great. You know,
You went from, like, a fan or excuse me, you went from a hater to a lover.
I did. Yes. I went from extremely excited for Card Triple to extremely mad about Card Triple to extremely happy with Card Triple. It's been a journey, Saf. It's been a long journey.
I'm
I've
so
been
glad
driving
that I've
since
gotten to experience this journey with you.
I've been driving since 2 a.m. on this journey.
Did your Grand Prix break down without fail?
Well, yeah, yes. That was when I was excited for Card Trouble. I was chugging along, found it with floppy fish, and that was the nail in my tire.
Oh, boy. Don't you love us, folks?
Oh, I'm sure everybody's so happy with me. I feel like
Nah.
this has become my role in the community is to just be the the one who has the hot takes on Owl City, the one who is
Just, like,
never
agitator.
satisfied.
Yeah, hot take
Honestly,
giver.
this is probably why I enjoy following Rainy Starlight on Instagram so much.
Oh, boy.
We very similar in that aspect. Never happy. Never happy with what's going on in the community.
I
Adam's never
like
giving us
her.
enough.
I like her rants, but I don't
They're
often read
great.
them. I don't have time.
Yeah.
So, when I catch one, I was just like, "Oh, let me see what this is about." And it's usually pretty interesting. So, um, but she's great. I love her. She's a good
Yes.
friend of mine. Oh, boy.
It's like hopping on to the Rainy Starlight Instagram stories every day is like getting the Owl City newspaper every day. Like,
Oh my
oh, what's the
gosh.
Owl City breaking news today? And you hop on to Rainy's Instagram, there it is. What cool facts and information does she have for us today? It's great. I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh. That's a really accurate description.
Oh, so yeah. Um, but that has kind of summed up my point on my initial thoughts of Coco Moon at least. Like as I said, I'm super excited for it. I do ever so slightly feel like it's lazy, but I think that's
Mhm.
mainly because it was impromptu. But switch it back to you, Saf. What is your next point on Coco Moon Deluxe?
Well, so honestly, I'm really excited for it. And I can see what you mean by it being kinda lazy. My favorite thing that we're probably getting, besides Card Trouble, is the instrumental tracks. Even though there's stuff that we've already heard, I really, really like instrumentals, and I kinda think, again, just like Card Trouble is Floppy Fish, it's kind of a callback to his journey of St. Louis, his Corduroy Road, his Shackleton, like, all of his movie soundtracks. I feel like it's kind of a callback to that and his
Ooh,
love for cinematic media. So I'm really
that is a
excited
good
about that. And we get another leg of the tour, even though it's about a month long or just over a month long. I'm really, really excited for that. That's gonna be great. And the best thing about that, I think, is probably the fact that we're gonna get another set list. I'm really hoping he'll bring some All Things Bright and Beautiful, or maybe, like, some more Ocean Eyes, or even another banger from Maybe I'm Dreaming, you know?
Yeah, that's a good point. The fact that we're getting a second leg of the tour,
Mhm.
extremely exciting. Are you
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
are you still making it to this leg of the tour? Do you know yet?
I don't know 100% yet, but,
Yeah.
I'm planning to. Uh, I have my concert picked out, guys. Yay.
Yeah, that's exciting. That was, like, for me, the most exciting thing about hearing he was coming out with a second leg of the tour was, like, "Oh my gosh, Saf has, like, another chance to be able to go," and, like, I was so
Aw.
excited. That was, like, the first thing that came to mind. I, like, immediately started spamming you with the information.
You and a couple other people, you guys have been awesome about that, just making me hype for it constantly, keeping me updated of, like, the show dates and things like that, and I'm really appreciative of that. I can't wait, it's gonna be great. And I've
Yeah.
gotta get some more of that merch.
Yeah, we all know my bank account doesn't need it, but, I keep buying the Owl City merch. I can't
I
stop
think
myself at this point.
I think Adam knows. I think he knows. Man's gotta eat, gotta make us more music.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh,
I'll
boy.
gladly give him all my money. Just take it all,
That
Adam.
makes me kinda wonder, like, is he I haven't checked the store in a really long time. Is inflation, like, bothering the store? It's probably bothering, like, the shipping and stuff like that.
So the shipping, I have noticed, used to it so here's something interesting, because
Okay.
I hop into the store far too often. I don't buy things, I just like to see the things that I could possibly get or to see if he's had something. Um,
Mhm.
but before, like, not even last summer, that's how long it's been since the ARG, 2 summers
Oh
ago.
gosh.
I know, that does
Ah.
not sound right, but it was 2 summers ago. So
Ah.
about 2.5 years ago when the ARG started. We're coming up on 3 years in a few months, that's weird.
Oh,
But
man.
anyway, so back in 2022, when he first relaunched his merch store, all, like, revamped and everything, um, it was free yes let me try that again. It was free US shipping for
Mhm.
purchases over $50, for orders over $50, which was okay. It was, at least we got free shipping within the US. Obviously, those who were outside of the US, their shipping was outrageous. One,
Right.
because you're actually shipping out of the country, and two, shipping is just outrageous anyway. But then, about a year or so later, the shipping cost for the US, the free shipping went up. So you got for in the US, you got free shipping for orders over $80.
Wow.
And that was, like, right around the time of Coco Moon's actual release, I
I
wanna
remember
say.
that.
And so, it had gone up, and then I recently went onto the store to get something because he announced his Car Trouble shirt,
Mhm.
and I also got, a Cinematic CD for my sister because she's gotten into Owl City, and Cinematic is, like, one of her
Aw.
favorites. So I got the Cinematic CD for her to kinda start a collection. Um, but the free shipping offer is no longer there. They are no
Wow.
longer offering free shipping for the
That's
US.
crazy.
So, yeah, I haven't noticed the actual product prices going up, but the shipping is definitely the shipping prices keep going up and are absolutely insane, and so that's why it was if you were in the US at least, it was good to wait for a while and, like, bundle things so you could at least get free shipping and save money. Because I was
Right.
going to, at one point, buy something, but I wasn't going to try to hit the $80 mark. It was when the, schematic crew neck came out. I was just gonna buy that and, like, maybe a couple other things,
Ah.
but and I wasn't gonna try to get the $80 because that sounded outrageous, um, to try to actually get to $80, so it was like I was originally gonna spend, like, 60, maybe not even $60 on, like, the crew neck and, like, a sticker or 2. Um, and so it was, like, 60 or under, but it still came out to, like, 78, $80 with shipping.
Wow.
So I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm gonna go back and add enough stuff to my cart to reach 80, because if I'm gonna spend $80 anyway, I might as well get stuff for that $80." And so
Absolutely. 100%
now
agree.
yeah. So, now there's no free shipping for even those in the US, and I really still feel sorry for everybody outside of the US, because I never did get that free shipping, and shipping prices just keep getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah. I remember doing that and bundling things for the t-shirts when all 3 of them dropped all at the same time. Because at the time, I was like, "I'm gonna get that free shipping regardless. I'm already gonna buy these things, I might as well." So, that's kind of insane, and thanks for the update, honestly, on that because I've been beginning to wonder I'm beginning to wonder about how this economy is, like, changing certain things about the Owl City community and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, I will go ahead and hand it back over to you, though, so go ahead.
I feel like I took over most of your point, but
That was an added
50%,
point.
50 50% of your point was me talking. I'm curious, on that same note of inflation, I'm curious to know how much, so here's another interesting fact. We're gonna go back to the merch prices for a second. So for the first show, the prices were, I mean, they're gonna be high anyway because you're getting merch from the live show, so they're gonna be high, but they were okay. But by the second or third show, the prices had shot up. I think they didn't realize how much in like demand there was for these products. And
Oh,
like I don't know if it was because of the venues that they're having to pay and they realized they were gonna have to pay more for the venues than they originally thought, so they needed more like money to get from the merch to make like profit. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just misremembering it, but I'm pretty sure the prices for like the first show or two were lower for the merch than they were for the rest of the shows.
I am not really sure because, like I said, well, I guess not like I didn't say it, but I bought my tickets when it first, I guess, like the pre-launch or whatever. So I'm not really sure what the prices ended up being like blah, a lot later.
Well, see, I'm talking about like the actual like merch, like the merch stand
Ah,
at the venues. Um, but the tickets too, I don't remember exactly what I spent on tickets and if the tickets now are any higher. I don't think they are,
I
but maybe
know
I'm
when I
just
bought them,
misremembering.
I mean, probably not because, like you said, when the Coco Moon actually came out was about the time they started changing the shipping, so they probably had to change everything to a
Right.
degree.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, so I bought 2 tickets to the St. Louis show, and I wanna say it was 80 for 2 tickets. Maybe it was 35 per
For
ticket.
2?
No, 35 per ticket.
Okay,
So I can't remember if it was because I ended up paying a little bit over 100 because I got, ticket insurance
right.
just in case something came up and I couldn't go. But I don't remember how much the actual tickets were. I'm trying to remember if they were 35 or 40, and I think it changed from venue to venue. Not all it wasn't the same ticket price across all the entire show, it was venue by venue.
That
So
makes
it's
a lot
that
of
one's
sense.
harder that one's harder to, like, calculate because
Mhm.
I was looking at, Ohio shows a few months back, and they're, like I wanna say they were 40 or 45 for an Ohio show, but I don't know if that's higher or not because the ticket prices 1, I couldn't remember how much I actually paid. I probably could find it somewhere, but I don't carry that much. Um, but, it's hard to say because the venue prices were different from or the ticket prices were different from venue to venue. Like, I wanna say one person said they got a ticket for $35, and then I'm pretty sure I paid 40 per ticket. And then other people would pay different prices because the venues cost different, so I guess they have to sell
Right.
their tickets at a different price for each venue, which makes sense, but
I think the ones that I bought were about 60 a piece, and
oh,
I bought
wow.
2, but then
Oh,
I also
wow.
bought a couple others too at some point. So I had the Nashville tickets and then I had 2 at Atlanta, and they were about the same in each venue. So that kinda makes sense where they would change things per place.
Yeah, no, mine definitely was not 60. I'm pretty sure they were 40. They were either 35 or 40. That
Hey, That's a
But
great price.
yeah, compared to but I went to the Delmar Hall in St. Louis, and the Delmar Hall is a really small venue. Um,
Oh,
there was, like, maybe 7 to 800 people there, which is a decent size, but it's still small comparatively. So I guess it depends how big the Nashville and Atlanta ones were and how
mm,
like, those being, like, bigger spots, special,
right.
especially Nashville for music, they
Mhm.
might the venue probably charges more because music is such a big thing in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, they have to have a lot of big venues in that area just because of how many people they would expect to come. So,
Right.
I would not be surprised.
'Cause I feel like I'm, abandoning my one thought just to go on this rant, so it's really interesting. I feel like I don't know, this is something I've thought about for a while, but have no way to really get the answers, is because we're just discussing this with, like, my brother and my sister a while back, about but, like, how much money Adam probably would've made from the tour.
Right,
And I was saying if each venue was roughly around the size of the one I went to in St. Louis, and all the ticket prices were roughly the same, and let's say Adam just got a 16th of the money from the tour, he would have came out with at least $50,000
wow.
for 29 shows, and that was just the ticket prices alone. And that was just for my going off of my venue, and I wanna know where on the line of venue sizes, where would my venue fall? Was it one of the smaller ones? Was it average size? You know, I wouldn't say it was one of the larger ones because it was
Right.
7 to 800 people, and it was sold out. But, like, was it a smaller venue compared to all the other venues he went to? Or was it more average?
So the
So,
best way to figure this out would be to Google 2 different venues. One you know that would be huge, and then use yours as the small measurement or the
right.
medium, whatever. Look up 2 or 3 different ones, and then calculate how much the tickets were. And honestly, with the amount of people we have in the fan base, we could probably figure that out because there's so many people going to different places, you know?
Right. Yeah. But it was definitely something that was like there's so much information you have to, like, factor in. It would definitely take a lot of time and a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people to actually figure out the answer, because you gotta calculate where each show was and find that venue, figure out the ticket price for that venue, figure out whether it was sold out or not,
Mhm.
calculate all that, calculate how much the venue took from Adam, how much of the percentage did the venue take each venue take, how much was Adam paying his team. How much was he getting? How much did he make in merch sales? How much of that went to the venue? How much of that went to his team? All how much of that went to the merch production company? You
Yeah.
know? So like how much would Adam actually make out with
And he
in the end?
just signed on with another music company, like another record deal, so that
Right,
part
and
actually goes to that too.
right. And the thing is it's not so this saves Adam a little bit of money because he doesn't actually have a record deal with anybody. He has like a management group that
Oh, that's
manages the
right.
touring. The, Rise Up Media, something like
I
that
believe that's
is what
right.
it is. They manage the touring, but Adam doesn't actually have a label right now. So
Oh, okay.
he's a, independent artist right now, which is great. Great for him. So that would probably put his money that he got a little bit higher than it
Mhm.
would if he was with a record deal. But then again, like, does it average itself out? Because if he was with a record deal, would they be able to advertise him more and get him in larger venues,
That's a
therefore
really
having
good
more
question.
people and making more money? But if he's in a larger venue, he still has to pay more for the venue, and he has more people to pay because he's also paying the record or some of that money's going to the record deal. So, like, does it average out in the end? I don't know.
It may. And I guess the thing is, as an independent artist, like you said, you'll probably make more, but it's still better because he gets to make his own decisions.
Right.
if
I
he
mean,
wants to have
obviously,
that.
even if you someone who knew how to calculate all these numbers and they were able to look at it and say, "Oh yeah, no, 100% Adam would make like way more money if he was with a record deal, even with, having to pay the record company." I 100% believe that Adam would still not want to do it again.
Mhm.
I think Adam enjoys working for himself too much to go back to a record deal.
I absolutely agree.
Especially now that he has so much knowledge on how to work as an artist and like what goes into being an artist and not just
Mhm.
making music, the technical side of promoting yourself. I
Right.
think he has like back then I don't know if he could have done it, be independent like that and have the amount of success that he had back then without a record deal, just because he would have known how to promote himself the same way.
Right, and it just makes
But
him more
now
happy.
right. But now that he has the knowledge, he knows how to operate on his own. And he's just you can tell, you can look back to like the Mobile Orchestra tour and like the Midsummer Station tour, and he just doesn't look as happy as he was for the Coco Moon or even the cinematic tour.
Yeah. I wonder if that could be compared to him becoming more of a boy band than just an artist.
Right. You're saying he was more of a boy band back then, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because if you think about the style of clothing he wore, his hair, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
see.
that was a choice he had, but then again, with a record label, that could be something that was influenced.
Yeah, because I really I wanna know. We need to reach out and see if Adam will join the podcast. We can just ask him
Honestly, that'd be
questions.
really cool.
Okay, so on one hand, that would be, like, the coolest thing ever to be able to directly ask him questions and, like, hear his answers, but on the same hand, that would be absolutely terrifying.
Just a bit.
Just a bit.
I
He's
wouldn't mind, but
like,
we'd
it
have
would
to
be
have meetings
so
beforehand so that we're both not awestruck.
but it's more than just the awestruckness of this. It's more be like, "Oh my gosh, this is the guy I look up to and has inspired, like, so many different aspects of my life. His music has inspired my writing, he's inspired me to create my own music. He's inspired my most of my art." So, like, it's more than just, "Oh, this guy's inspired me so much. I'm in awe and I love his music." It's also like, does he find it weird that he's with these 2 people who are, like, fangirling on him about him? Does he find that weird, and would it be awkward for him? And so the awkwardness of him makes it awkward for me. I don't know. I'm overthinking it would be something that would, like, never happen.
I feel like he would probably blush in terms of being just shocked and really appreciative, but I'm sure it would have a hint of awkwardness. How could it not?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Um, if I can cut in something I wanted to put
Yeah,
with
you can go on to your point
the
now. I think I'm skipping my second point.
okay. So the thing is, I'm kind of excited for, as it's been called in the Owl City community, the Up North Adam Check Please, but really it's just a remix. I'm really
But, yeah, that's
excited.
what he called it. I don't know why.
It may be like the banjo. I think there's hints of banjo and mandolin.
Ooh, I haven't listened that closely to the snippet we were given.
Well, being somebody who's kind of a connoisseur of bluegrass, I kind of
Ew.
recommend certain acoustic instruments, which I'm really excited about it. I'm just so excited because I love his acoustic tracks. His voice is a lot softer. And in a way, I feel like it really gives that small town America. It's very it's like my muse, but not romantic, just an ordinary small town life, and I love it.
I wanna see Adam play a banjo.
Oh, please. That'd be great.
Like, he's up there with all his, like, techie music and everything, and all of a sudden he just, like, whips out a banjo. I would I would already pay money to go see a tour, obviously, but, like, I would pay extra money just to see him whip out a banjo.
Oh my gosh, Adam, please.
Can
Whip
we
out
get,
a
like, an
banjo.
Can we get, like, an extra ticket? Like, it's, like, an exclusive, like, we're only selling a small amount of tickets for this, and, like, you can stay for an extra, like, 20 minutes, and Adam just whips out a banjo at the end of the show.
It's got the special finger picks.
Yeah, instead of a meet and greet,
Please.
can we just watch Adam play a banjo?
Oh my gosh.
Everybody's asking for meet and greets. I'm just asking to see Adam play a banjo.
Banjo Adam, banjo Adam.
Oh,
Alright, back to you, Faith.
okay. On the note of banjo, Adam, can can you draw me a picture of Kurt Adam playing a banjo? And he's
Oh,
playing,
yeah.
whatever the Rainbow Connection. Because with Kermit
Oh!
plays the banjo while singing Rainbow Connection, but now it's Adam in a Kermit costume playing a banjo singing Rainbow Connection.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as a little bit of a treat, Curtin was a split off group of a couple of people, consisting of me and some other people in the Owl City fandom who decided that Adam is very much a Kermit the Frog fan. Um, and so we thought, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be cool if he was dressed in like a Kermit costume? So now we have Curtin. And
Literally the
yes, Faith,
cutest.
I can draw you that.
Like, even if it's just the quickest, silliest little sketch, I just need to see it.
I can do that 100%. I can make all your dreams come true.
It's like, it's so perfect because Kermit plays the banjo, and we're talking about Adam playing a banjo, and we had Curtin.
Honestly,
What?
that's
Rainbow
kinda cute.
Connections. Rainbow Connections.
That's kinda cute. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Just a little editor's note, I'll throw it onto the back of this.
Yeah, we need to show people all of it.
Oh boy.
Great. Just surround him by regular frogs, and he's singing to the frogs.
Oh,
Adam would
yeah.
100% go sing to the frogs.
He's singing to the tadpoles.
Aw,
Little
little
baby
baby
frogs.
frogs.
Little baby frogs.
Aw. He would 100% sing to the baby frogs.
He would. He really
He
would.
would 100%. This is, like, not where I was expecting this episode to go.
I was gonna say, I think this is the episode that Faith just abandons her script.
You never know with Adam. Sneaky little Adam.
Please,
Sneaking
no one
through the
start
window.
calling him that. Please, no.
Sneaky 100%. Ah.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
on the note of sneaky little Adam, nothing to do with Coco Moon Deluxe. Everything to do with sneaky little Adam. Uh, doesn't the lyric "sneaking through your window" just sound ever so slightly scary?
No.
Ugh. Are you saying
I'm
you want
sorry,
Adam
but
to sneak in
no.
through your like? I get it. It's supposed to be all cutesy and everything,
Like
but like,
romantic.
I know, but I can't help but think it seems a little scandalous. 'Cause, like,
I don't
to
know.
me, it sounds like, "Oh, we're not supposed to be together, so sneak in through my window."
This
'Cause,
is
like,
more of like a high school students
that's my
type
point.
deal.
That's my
It's
point.
like every high school movie sort of thing. If that's what the reference is.
But
To
I
our
also
homeschool
view it
minds, it might sound so much different.
like, I get that it's supposed to give this high school vibe, but I also still imagine it being how old was he at the time? 34? Something like that? I still
Yeah.
imagine it being 34-year-old Adam sneaking in through a window.
Babe, no.
Not
It's
to a
not this
high
goes
school
away.
student. No, not sneaking in through a window to a high school student. I still imagine it to be like, what would she have been, 31, 30 at the time, Abby? So they're still both legal adults in their 30s,
Okay,
but, like,
okay.
why if you guys are
I get
dating,
it,
why don't you just go through the door? Why do you have to sneak in through the window? Why does
because it's more
sneaking
cute.
Why does sneaking around equal more romantic? Sneaking around just sounds
Sus.
suspicious.
Very
Yes.
sus.
Why you gotta be sneaking? If everything that's my point. If everything is okay, you guys are supposed to be together, there's nothing wrong with your relationship, you should not feel the need to sneak.
Oh
That's my
boy.
thought.
Oh man. What if it wasn't written about him though? It was technically written about the two characters in his main story, right?
Okay.
Okay. Does that
Where are
change
you
your
going
spin?
with this? This changes it in my mind.
Hey,
Now they're both just sneaking together? Unless they lock themselves out of the
yes,
house.
that is the point.
Just lock themselves out of the house and had to get inside.
Are you ready for questions?
Possibly.
Possibly.
If I can stop thinking about sneaky little Adam.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have fun editing this one.
Once again, my rant does not mean I don't like the song or even that part.
Yeah,
Once
it's just
again,
a
I still
random
love the song.
little thought. It's a shower
And it's
thought.
still I 100% agree that it's a cute song, and it's like, "Oh, they're just being cutesy and everything." But I do
Oh
have thoughts
goodness.
on it. I do have
Oh,
questions,
okay,
Adam.
no. Oh, you want to take the questions? Or you want me to take the questions?
I can start the questions. Where are the
All
once
right,
I find them? I know they're somewhere here. There they are.
they're pinned. There you go.
So we are let me try this again. Our goal is to have a Q&A every week or every other week leading up to the episode where you guys get to ask us questions and we get to pick a few to answer on the podcast. But we got to, and by we, I mean me, I got the question up a little late, like asking you guys for questions a little late, like literally like 3 hours before we sat down to record. So we didn't have enough um to really do a Q&A part. So Saf came up with her own little Q&A for this week. Um, so Saf picked a couple of questions for us to answer that were kind of on theme with what we were discussing. And the first question our lovely host Saf has asked, "What is your favorite song on Coco Moon?" Saf, what is your answer? Sound like a game show host right
So,
now.
I mean, honestly, we are talk show hosts, so like that's expected.
That's great.
Uh, um, so I think Dinosaur Park is probably my favorite, strictly because of the atmosphere it paints. I love the way he describes the not just the park, but also like the nighttime atmosphere with the stars and everything, you know? I really like
Yes.
that. And I've never been to South Dakota, and
I
now I
wanna.
really want to go because of this. Um, so yeah, what is yours?
First off, I just want to say Dino Park is a great answer. One, because I've already loved dinosaurs before. They're pretty great. They're pretty cool.
Mhm.
Um, but now that we have a Dino Owl City song, I like extra love dinosaurs now.
Uh-huh.
So like anytime I see dinos, anything, it's like, oh my gosh, Owl City, Dino Park. So it just makes
Exactly.
me extra happy and like all the dopamine goes off in my brain and I'm extra happy. Maybe a little serotonin. I really don't know which one's which. Dopamine versus serotonin. Don't ask
Well,
me. I know one of them's the happy chemical, maybe both. Really don't know. I knew at one point, I have forgotten.
they're very similar. But go
Very
ahead.
similar, I'm pretty sure. But Dino Park is great and so are dinos. So that's a great answer. But for me, and I feel like I touched on this last time, but for me, my favorite song on Coco Moon is Under the Circus Lights. It has
Aw.
100% still in my heart. I was so enamored when I heard it. Um, I'm trying, and it was the first song on Coco Moon. to make me cry. I cried.
Alright, Faith, so what is your favorite song that's going to be added to Coco Moon? Go ahead and finish that.
Alrighty. I'll try to hit the same points I did. Um, so the ones we've heard so far are Car Trouble and Boston. And
Mhm.
I love Boston because I had a very strong emotional connection to Boston.
Right.
So it made me cry. I was sitting at I work at a preschool, and so it was nap time, and so I'm sitting in the dark trying to get preschoolers to sleep in, like, the back corner of the room, and I had, like, my earbuds in while listening to Boston while trying to get preschoolers to sleep, and I was, like, trying so hard
Aw,
to, like, not cry, and my eyes were getting all teary, and I'm like, "Nobody noticed me trying to not cry in the corner. I'm glad it's, like, nap time and it's dark in here."
that is so
So
cute.
it was one of those songs that kinda made me feel, like, seen and heard, and, like, I don't know, I just had this, like, emotional connection to it, like, I understood the emotions behind Boston
That
from,
is
like,
so
a
sweet.
personal view, and, like, I'm one of those people who, like, suppress my emotions and, like,
Mhm.
pretend I not and then, like, things trigger those emotions, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to feel emotions," and then I cry. So I cried a lot
Aw,
when listening to Boston because I connected to it a lot. I rambled on to you forever about this song, and then also
no.
posted on Instagram about it a lot, so rambled to everybody else too. Um, so Comfortable didn't quite have that same emotional connection for me, but it's great. And then the other 2 snippets we've heard are from a little bit of Adam Check Please Up North version, which is sounding like
Mhm.
it's gonna be more of an acoustic version, which is cool. I I don't know what I think about that. I don't know if it fits the vibe, but we'll have to wait and see the full version. Maybe it will work out, like, perfectly and great and be like, "Wow, this is what we needed."
Right.
Um, and then we've heard a little snippet of Under the Circus Lights Live. And then the other 2 that are gonna be on there will be the live tracks or not live tracks, instrumental tracks of not Dino Park, oh my gosh. Is it Dino Park? Or is it the
It
Tornado?
is Dino Park. It's the
It
tornado
is
and Dino
Dino
Park.
Park.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's 2.
that's what I said earlier, wasn't it? I don't know
Yeah,
what
you
I
got
said.
it. You're good.
I don't know what I said earlier. But it's Dino Park and the Tornado. I always forget which ones it's gonna be. So those are what we're going to have. And in
Mhm.
terms of what I'm most excited for, I don't know, because
Oh,
it's I hate to say the ones we've already heard, because 'cause we've already heard them, there's no anticipation for those, because 'cause they've
right.
happened already, and plus, like, I hate saying Boston's my favorite, because like, I hate making it sound like I'm, giving that credit to Adam, because Adam
Mhm.
didn't write it. It was written by Augustana. Adam just kinda did his own twist on it, and I love the song Augustana wrote, and I love Adam's twist on it. But I hate saying it's my favorite just because Adam didn't write it, so I don't wanna feel like I'm taking credit away from Augustana.
Right.
Um, but it's great. But as far as I don't know what I'm most excited for. I'm kind of curious to see. I don't know what I'm because I hate trying to get my hopes up on things and then to be let down. But I
Okay,
am
yeah.
interested to see how an acoustic version of Adam Check Please plays out. And I'm also kinda curious to see how Under the Circus Lights sounds live to see if, my theory was right or not. Just gotta
Yeah,
see if
I
it
have to
sounds
say
manufactured
mine
or not.
I have to say mine is probably I don't know, I really like Car Trouble. I'm really excited for it. It doesn't quite feel like it's a part of Coco Moon strictly because it's a
Oh.
single, but for me, I'm probably most excited to hear the full version of Adam Check Please remix, just because, again, like I said, kind of that small town America vibe. I'm really excited for it, so
And that's the thing, I keep calling it ACP for short, but, Adam Check Please. That's a good point on the small town vibe for Adam Check Please, because, like, it's already such a great song because it kinda gives you this feeling of you can start at the very bottom and still, like succeed and make your dreams come true, you know?
Mhm.
Sometimes it is right place, right time, but sometimes it's a lot of hard work, to achieve your dreams, but they can be achievable. And then but
Right.
then also just to kinda add that small town vibe to it, just kind of adds to it, I think. I
Absolutely.
actually really am curious to hear it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's
Um,
Dino Park instrumental is gonna be great, though,
that's true. I
'cause I
think that's probably the
remember
one everybody's most excited about.
yeah, I feel like that one's probably pretty high on most people's list. It's funny
Mhm.
because I remember listening to Coco Moon for the first time and, like, crying, not necessarily full on crying, but definitely getting, like, teary-eyed and, like, lost in the magic of Dino Park, because it is, like, such magical song for, like, nearly 7 minutes. And then all of a sudden we, like, jump to learn how to surf. It was quite the vibe change.
The most high energy level thing you could get.
I know. Though, so you were saying that Car Trouble and, like, Boston don't feel like a part of Coco Moon Deluxe because they were released as singles?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, neither did Kelly Time or Adam Check Please, or what was the other single? Vitamin C. It was hard to see that
Um,
as a coherent album until it actually fully releases an album. I was like,
right.
"Oh, this works so well." So right now, it's hard for me to see Coco Moon Deluxe as a full release because it just seems so incoherent from what we've
Mhm.
heard. But I'm curious to see how coherent it feels once it's actually released, or if Car Trouble will still feel like the odd one out.
It may, but it also may not. I don't know. We know that in terms of the instrumentals and stuff, it will fit in just strictly
Right.
because they are technically already on the album.
So yeah,
So, I don't
I am
know.
curious.
But I'm excited to see it and excited to
Yeah.
hear everything that he's got, whether it's new or old. I'm pretty excited. So, and I'm really, really excited for next week. Or is it? It's 2 weeks from
2
now.
weeks
Excuse me,
2
2
weeks
weeks
from
from
now?
now.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to
And
hear
I don't
like
know.
the track by track and what we decide to say about it.
Yes. We'll see,
So
did you just say no?
I said so.
I thought you said no.
I was like, no,
I
Faith, no.
I thought you were getting ready to get on me because you know I'm probably gonna have some kind of rant to go on, and you're like,
I
"No,
mean,
Faith,
that's
no."
accurate, but like, I'm non-confrontational, Faith.
You might be when it comes to my, Owl City
Hmm.
hot takes over here. I keep calling them hot topics, but that's not what they are. They're hot takes.
I'm
It's a
gonna take
different thing.
Faith to Hot Topic. We're gonna get some anime merch, and I don't know what else. I can't
Yeah, I
remember what
really
they
don't know what else
sell.
is that hot topic, but okay.
What can I
So
say?
they
I'm a
sell
weirdo.
I just know that Hot Topic sells, bluey, like, high top Converse shoes
Oh my gosh, that's
that say
concerning.
"Keepy Uppy." One's a bingo, one's a bluey, and then they have red beads across them that say "Keepy Uppy." That's all I
That's
know from
cute,
Hot
but that's
Topic.
really weird. That's
It
concerning because that is a kids show and Hot Topic is
Yeah.
not a kid-friendly
No.
zone.
Yeah.
Like, that's like if,
And they're not kid shoes,
I
you
don't
can
know,
tell
some
'cause they're
secular store was selling Veggie Tales. Like, what is wrong with this?
it doesn't mix, and, like, they're 100% not looking like kid shoes. They're 100% look like adult shoes and, like, the kind
Right.
of, like, style of shoes you expect from, like, Hot Topic, I guess, where it's, like, black and white, like, leathery looking
Uh-huh.
with bingo and bluey plastered on the front as, like, the tongue of the shoe almost,
That's a little
and then it's
concerning.
got "Keepy Uppy" on it. So it doesn't look like it's supposed to be marketed as a kid shoe, it's 100% an adult shoe.
Huh.
Just targeted towards the adult fans of Bluey because there's a lot of them.
I know
But,
that's
like, it is
true.
weird.
I couldn't figure it out, but I have some friends that like it. So, like, I'm not gonna say don't do this because I love kid shows, but at the same time, Hot Topic is a little weird for
Yeah,
that
it just
genre.
Hot Topic
So,
and children's shows do not mix. That's all I know.
yeah.
And, like, Yeah.
Do you mind if I go ahead and do the outro?
Sure, sure. You gotta
Have you got
stop me from
everything?
ranting on stuff at some point, because I'll just go on and on and on. Somebody's gonna stop this madness.
I'm sorry, Faith. Gotta go eat
No,
some ice cream.
because if you don't ever stop me, I'll go on for like another hour or two rambling about random things.
I know that's more fun though.
Ooh, so here's a thought. At some point, we should just do a live recording, not even a recording, but a live
We should live
podcast.
stream. Live
Yes, like
stream.
a live stream
Yes.
podcast.
Hmm.
Figure out how to do that because like do it through YouTube, but figure out how to like get us both on there. We'll have to figure it out. But that would be cool.
I mean, we should be able to do the hardware through one computer, like a Zoom
I
call or something.
possibly, probably. There's definitely ways to figure it out. It's definitely doable.
Oh yeah.
It's not impossible or hard.
Just takes a little time, practice.
It just takes time and me pulling out my laptop that I never pull out.
You'll have to do it for this, Faith.
Maybe I can just do Zoom on my phone. That's easier.
That'll fix it.
But yeah, that'd be great. And then I can just
Alright.
ramble on and on and on forever for like 5 hours and nobody can stop me.
Mwahaha. They'll have to sit.
Mwah.
Our views will probably suffer for 5 hours, but at the same time, your hot takes would bring people back, honestly, because they're entertaining.
Yes. Just give me like an hour to talk about my Owl City hot takes.
There
A
you
couple
go.
hours maybe.
There you go, Faith. Have fun.
You don't even have to be there. I'll just be by myself.
No, I want to be there. I'll be answering questions in the comments.
Yeah, you'll be like trying to monitor it so people don't like go start like raging. You'll be in the comments
Okay.
trying to like keep people calm.
Don't freak out, guys. Please don't unsubscribe.
I'll be over there saying floppy fish sucks. I hate it. And everybody's gonna be mad.
Oh
So we
boy.
just need to take that specific clip and post it everywhere.
Because hey, this is
It's gonna be
bloopers right
great.
here. This is bloopers.
Hey, come watch our podcast where Faith hates floppy fish.
Floppy fish? You need to put in like the parentheses of this next episode. Faith hates floppy fish?
Yes, I'll be in like
Okay.
okay, now you can get to the outro because I
Woo!
really won't stop talking.
It's okay. Join us next time as we go through Coco Moon Deluxe track by track and talk about our thoughts of each song. You can check us out on Instagram at shuttlebus_podcast for more Owl City focused fun.